Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings, brother Maswi. Thank you for joining me today. If you are interested in increasing meaning, peace, and joy in your life, stay connected. Tap in. I will help you get there. That's my promise to you. I've heard it said that people are looking for this unlimited, constant sense of peace and calm. Life doesn't work that way. There is an ebb and flow in emotional states. That's just the reality of being alive. What I hope to be able to encourage in you and to help you to be able to grasp and facilitate for yourself is the efficacy or the belief in yourself that you will be able to navigate most circumstances, most of your days, fully open and available for all the beauty that life has to offer. Sometimes when we are in certain emotional states, depression, anxiety specifically, we miss out on some of the better experiences, for lack of a better word. I make every attempt to steer clear of judgment language, like good or bad. Ultimately, the ideas of good and bad are just that, and these things are very subjective. So nothing is technically really good or bad in itself, but it is the viewer or the people involved that determine by whatever meaning, whatever filter they're using, whether an experience benefits them or is a detriment to them. But in any event, the purpose of this is to give us the opportunity to be completely open and available for experiences that we deem as fulfilling, thrilling, meaningful, good. Hope you can forgive the use of that verbiage. So, mindfulness. Oh, by the way, Brother Mazwi, if I didn't say that in the beginning, and I am here to help you establish a mindfulness practice in your life. Simple, right? Okay. So what is mindfulness? Well, or mindfulness meditation. And we steer clear from the term meditation because people can get a little shaky, iffy, judgmental about the word meditation, looking at or seeing it as if it's connected to some otherworldly mysticism or other religions. And it is, but let us not allow that to cloud or color our understanding of it. So, mindfulness in general is paying attention. It's paying attention and acceptance. Simple, right? And then the meditation aspect of it, so mindfulness meditation, is speaking about the process of training your attention. As you train your attention and you use a mindfulness technique. One of the strategies that I use and I talk about a lot is a strategy called the 4-8, the 4-8 breath technique. And again, I do not have my book, but no issue. This 4-8 breathing technique is a breathwork strategy that helps us to relax, center, and to calm ourselves. So, Brother Mazwi, how does the 4-8 look? It's simple. All right, so let's get real. The 4-8 process is so very simple. All you're doing is you breathe in through your nose. First of all, let's set the stage. You get into a comfortable position, whatever's whatever's easiest for you to be able to pay attention. You can lay down, you can sit down. You can sit on the floor cross-legged, whatever works for you. So you get in your position, you shut your eyes, and then you inhale on a 4 count through your nose, and then you'll be breathing out through your mouth like you're whistling, like you're whistling on an 8 count. You do that 3 times. Then you would breathe normally through your nose, still with your eyes closed, still sitting whenever position or laying in whatever position. Breathe normally through your nose for 3 breaths, and then you go back to your 4-8, 4 count inhale, 8 count exhale, 3 times. That's it. That's the format. And again, I call this a bookend practice. There is more to it, but this is enough for now. Even even the process of just doing one breath, it's done properly, you'll feel a change in your energy. You'll come down. If you want to invigorate, if you want to enliven yourself, if you want to get your energy up, this isn't the strategy. There are other strategies for that, and something that we can talk about at another juncture. This particularly is to the 4-8 is to calm, relax, reduce stress, kind of settle down after a long day, to get you prepared to go into a big day. All of these different things you can do using the 4-8. All right, so back to what we were talking about. Mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness. Meditation is thousands of years old. Thousands of years old. And this mindfulness is, again, just a part of that paying attention and acceptance. Notice we said in the beginning, paying attention and acceptance. Well, what are you paying attention to and what are you accepting? Well, you're paying attention to whatever your focal point is, whatever your focus is. So in this process, you will be focusing on something. Generally, the easiest thing to do is to focus on something that's with you, you carry with you daily. Your body, your breath. Body or the breath. I tend to be, my bias is the breath. Now, I will talk about body relaxation and body scans, and then there are light meditations, meditation on light, and having your imagination and seeing and visualizing certain things. Yes, that's other levels of this process, but simply all you need is a focal point, and a good focal point is your breath. That's where I like to begin with everyone. So anyway, so here we go. We have our breath. We're paying attention to that. Just like right now in this moment. Let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Pursed lips, like you're whistling. That's the 4-8 in a nutshell. But back to the paying attention and the acceptance. So as you're going through this process and you're sitting, you've got your eyes closed, you're feeling your body, you might be, trying to get comfortable. Inevitably, you will have thoughts. You'll think about something. Something will come across your mind. You might drift into a memory of the past, or you could possibly drift into something that you are planning or concerned about in the future. Some space in that, somewhere in that space. And you'll find yourself following these thoughts. It's like a puppy on a leash. These thoughts will be leading you. Or you'll be attempting to direct these thoughts to some perceived outcome or to remedy or fix some instance in the past. Here's the moment where we can exercise this acceptance. We accept that, yes, I am thinking. I acknowledge that. And I'm coming back to the breath. There's a story that I told a little while ago and about using the breath in a mindfulness process or coming back to your breath in this meditative process. And I likened it to visiting the airport. And as you're walking through the airport, you have a destination. There is a terminal that you want to get to. There's a plane. You're going to Cancun. Why not, right? And so you have this, you want to get to this destination. And while you're making your way to your terminal, there are a lot of things going on around you, right? You're passing other gates, people having conversations, somebody's having a disagreement with a counter person because they can't get on the flight. All these things are happening around you, yet it doesn't distract you from making your way toward your gate, does it? You're aware of it, you hear it, you might even turn and glance at it for a moment. However, you continue to make your way towards your destination. So in mindfulness or mindfulness meditation, these conversations, these people, this stuff happening along the sides as you make your way, these are the thoughts that come up as you're focusing on your breath. Because this walk that you're taking, this is your breathing, this is your focal point. This is what your mind is centered on as you're in your mindfulness meditation, this walk. And that destination that you're moving towards is your peace. It's your joy. It's your meaning, whatever it is, whatever you're doing this for, but you're not distracted long because you're focused in your process. That's one way we can envision this mindfulness on the breath or this breathing meditation. We can envision it that way. And so ultimately we want to get to a place of relaxation, of some stress relief, of some managing some emotional upheavals where we're feeling unbalanced, upset. We're creating a strategy where we will be able to put some space between us and whatever's happening by practicing that process, that mindfulness process. Okay. So what are some ways to establish a mindfulness practice? What are some ways to do that? It's simple. My suggestion is using the 4-8 to begin your journey. Why? For what reason? Why would I suggest that? Well, because when you do the 4-8, you can immediately feel a change in your state. You can immediately feel, okay, you know what? This is different. I'm relaxed. I've calmed down a little bit. This is pretty good. This is good. Because normally, when you're doing meditation and mindfulness, you're doing meditations, you don't necessarily get that instant like, oh wow, this is great. But when we look at it and we focus on it specifically for the stress relief qualities, then we begin to really understand how to use the tool to affect change quickly. The hope is on this end is that you will see this, you will feel this, you will be aware of this change, and then you will be interested in investing more time to take an adventure, to take on some of the more complicated is not the right word, some more adventurous, some more vigorous approaches to mindfulness meditation or meditation in general. But not too much at one time. Let's take baby steps, you know. But I'm a firm knower and an understander of there must be a benefit, perceived benefit, and we can't always just keep doing without actually getting something. We need to have benchmarks. We need to have milestones. We need to have a feeling of accomplishment, like we're actually doing something, or the things that we are doing are working. So every morning, again, the question is ways to establish, or how do we establish a mindfulness practice? Every morning when you wake up, give yourself 2 minutes of breathing, of the 4-8. Breathe in through your nose on a 4 count and out through your mouth like you're whistling on an 8 count. Just in and out 3 times. 3 times. That's it. And then start your day. Or rather, continue on with your day. Whatever your routine is, you get up, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, take your shower, and all this, get dressed. Great. Lunchtime, or whatever your midday, do it again. 3 breaths. 2 minutes tops. 3 breaths. Do you have 3 breaths to give yourself to just feel a feeling of peace and relaxation? Sure you do. Then in the evening, do it again. 3 times a day. So all in all, you would have invested 6 minutes. All of 6 minutes. If you can right now, if you have the time, pause the video and do the 4-8. If you haven't done it already, do the 4-8. Again, it's simple. What are we doing? Sitting quietly, closing our eyes, and then we inhale through our nose on a 4 count, and we're blowing out through our mouth on an 8 count. So we inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blow it all out. Breathe naturally and normally through your nose. It took 20 minutes for us to get here. That's too long. But if you have stayed with us, stayed with this till now, and this is the first time you've attempted that, I guarantee you felt the calming experience from the 4-8. And that is what I am offering. That is what I am encouraging people to try, because I know that it works. You figure deal me? I know that's all. You get me though. It works. So then why not try it? So when we're looking at mindfulness-based stress reduction, we're looking at these strategies that Stanford University and Berkeley are studying. And then we're looking at certain groups of society that have been talking about mindfulness and meditation in the West for the last 50 years, 75 years. And there are some of us that are just finally getting into this in the last 20 years. Some groups. I think more of us need to be aware of it. I think it's a great tool. I think it can add a lot to our lives. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about it. Let me look at something real quick. Check this out. Where are we at now? So there's research on this process, and I won't bore you with the research. I really won't. I won't bore you. Mindfulness-based therapy, meta-analysis, 2013. The meeting of meditative disciplines and Western psychology, a mutually enriching dialogue, in the American Psychologist, 2006. Mindfulness-based interventions by, this is research, mind you. Mindfulness-based interventions for psychiatric disorders, a systematic review and meta-analysis. Clinical Psychology Review, 2018. Mindfulness Interventions, Annual Review of Psychology, 2017. I can go on and on, but the point is, and this is actually coming from the American Psychological Association. It is an article, and I didn't read the article to you, but mindfulness meditation, a research-proven way to reduce stress. Mindfulness meditation can improve both mental and physical health. So you may have, if you are dealing with some high blood pressure issues and you have a well-rounded physician, they may have talked to you about the blood pressure effects or the reducing of blood pressure using breathing, a mindfulness breathing technique or a deep breathing technique. Your breathing will also indicate to you what emotional state you are in or what emotional state is coming. For example, the shallower your breath, tend to be more excited. Whatever excites, something could be exciting you, and you're breathing, your breath is shallow. That nature. flight or flight, fight or flight. You could be angry. You get angry, your breath gets short. Your breathing cycle gets shorter. How's your breathing when you're about to go to sleep? How's your breathing when you're sitting back, relaxing after work in the lounge chair? Or you're chilling with your significant other, relaxing on the couch, watching some program that they just had to see that you could give two shits about, but you just like being in the company of your person and you relax. How's your breathing? So this is an indication of, again, your state. So the breath is such a important component in understanding our well-being. When we're able to recognize that and pay attention to that and utilize that, there are so many ways that we will find to navigate our life in a way so that we are, so that life stressors have a minimal impact on us. We spend a lot of time moving through life not really paying attention to what's going on. Mindfulness is the remedy. So here's one thing I want you to try or think about trying, and I want you to think about something called mindful eating. And you may have read about this, heard about this if you are in this realm where you take a raisin, one raisin. Take one raisin and you look at this raisin and then you begin to discover this raisin. Look at its shape. You feel it between your fingers. You let it sit in the palm of your hand. You investigate the crevices, the nooks, the crannies, the wrinkles. You place it close to your nose. The aroma. You get a real close look at it. And look at all the intricate little spaces and little valleys and mountains and in this little creation. This little dehydrated grape. And you really experience it. And you take a bite out of it. It's a little bite. What does it feel like in your mouth, on your lips, as you chew it? The sensation before you are about to swallow. You pay attention to all of that. If you have time, do it now. If not, try this later. Notice that experience and how much different this experience is from the experience of eating raisins. We can do the same thing with a piece of popped corn and really look at it and investigate it. How many of us take these handfuls out the bag? We go to the movies, take these handfuls out, we just shake them down. Chew them, shake them down, chew them, shake them down, right? Or shake them, then chew them down. What if you just took one piece of popcorn and really just investigated it, really just looked at it like it was the first time you've ever seen this phenomenon? The weight of it, the smell of it, all the little turns and curves and the light pale yellow, soft outer texture, and within those little spaces, the remnants of the hard shell of the corn seed. Right. So this is an example of mindful eating or eating mindfully. So the goal is not to do this. The goal is not to do this all the time, but by attempting these strategies, the breathing, meditation, the mindful eating, using the 4-8, we begin to open ourselves up to a level of awareness that we haven't used since we were children. And everything was new. And each experience we encountered, we approached with a sense of joy and play. Let's bring some of that back into our adult spaces, into our daily lives. Let's use this strategy to open ourselves up to more awareness and give us an opportunity to experience as much of the 8,760 hours we have in a year. How many of these hours, waking hours, let's 24 hours a day, do the math. So how many of those hours are we going to be awake? And then in those hours, how much of that time are we going to experience as much of it as we can? Get off of our autopilot, consciously, and come back to awareness and be present in this moment. Because in this moment, we are alive. In this moment, we exist. Right now is our time. Peace and blessings. I hope this was informative and that you were able to gain something from this. Drop a comment, ask a question. I will be happy to assist in any way I can within the realms of mindfulness, meditation, self-development, and all around enjoying and appreciating life. Gratitude to all. Peace and blessings. This is Brother Mazwi. Take care.